How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 29 Chapter 9. This is Season 29 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 9. In this episode, we will be talking about the process of appropriation as a mechanism of integration. In general, some individuals exist in dissonant spaces, but firstly, those dissonant spaces do not reflect the reality of others existing in some conjoined consensuality. And secondly, dissonant consensualities rarely become conjoined consensualities. Most frequently, these dissonant consensualities interact with others within the non-consensual space. They are generally resolved through either affirmation of the inhibited impulse, an expression, or the result in a return to negation, which becomes integrated through asynchronicity between oneself and others, dissonance or avoidance. The system processes dissonant consensualities largely through appropriation leading to integration. The mechanism by which this occurs is through the linking of the nexus empath of two isolated closed social systems. In other words, the nexus empath acts as a tonic, sharing some archetype in common with the nexus empath of some disparate closed system, usually the family. The appropriation process, familial cannibalization, thus becomes reflective of a larger system-wide appropriation. The nexus empath of the family acts as a stand-in through acting as the tonic according to some archetypal link with some parallel societal authority figure. In appropriation and later gatekeeping, the offending person goes through phases of familial cannibalization, appropriation, integration and gatekeeping. These four phases, familial cannibalization, appropriation, integration and gatekeeping, describe the four stages by which dissonant worldviews are dissolved by the system as the conjoined consensual system protects itself. The success of the process or four phases really depends upon the object of the process's willingness to consent to the conjoined consensuality which supplants his or her dissonant space. Ultimately, you cannot force someone to accept a consensuality, but you can coercively restrict and isolate them, in order to compel their submission to the worldview of others. Integration is thus a transient state for some. You can appropriate every divergent orthogonal impulse from some person, you can isolate them through gatekeeping, but you cannot compel them to consent to a conjoined consensuality. In the end, the state of integration will only remain so long as one reacts affirmatively to the attributions provided by the non-dissonant space. In rejection comes asynchronicity, which at some point generates a level of dissonance fruitful for the generation of orthogonal thought. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.